Don't miss any content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
Hey guys, welcome back to Sahara Football. This is an interview between Prince Tagoe, the Prince of Goals, as he was nicknamed during his playing time with the Ghana Black Stars. He talks about the Black Stars here, his hopes for the Black Stars. He also feels Andre Ayew will lead the Black Stars to a trophy. The reasons you hear in the interview, talking about his best teammate also being Junior Agogo, the late Junior Agogo, may his soul rest in peace, and also Akonnor being the right man for the job. He hails Ketokreku and the work he has done so far, and so much more. Let's go have a listen to that interview. Prince Tagoe, the Prince of Goals, speaking here on the Joy Sports link. As usual, if you're new to the channel, I'll advise you to subscribe and click on the notification bell to get more updates.
And at a certain point, you were an athlete as well.
Yes. I think from day one, my dad was into football.
Okay.
He was a military nurse that was attached to most of the legends in Ghana.
I see.
So he was into football before. I mean, he started introducing me to way back when we were in Osu.
I see.
Before we moved to Medina. So it was Medina I started playing for the coast team. That was when I was able to meet my own colleagues, like schoolmates, like you said.
Yeah.
From there, and I think they know me. So if you ask anybody about my career and where I started from, the person will tell you, I mean, what Prince is doing, he was doing it back then.
Wow. Interesting stuff there. And you continued to do athletics as well. So
not really. What really happened was I think I was in Koforidua sector.
Yeah.
And we used to play this tournament while athletes also do their own thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, after training, I saw the athletes training, and the guy who was really our main man for 100 meters. After training, we were looking at them, and I told the coach that if this guy will represent us, then it's better I do.
But you do.
So it became a challenge, and because we finished training,
yeah,
and we are a little bit tired,
yeah,
the football coach said that they should try both of us.
Okay.
So when we got to the track, I was first, and they said, oh, because they are tired, and we are. So the next day, before all of us will start training, we will do the 100 meters before everybody will go to his previous games and train. And I still beat him. So inter-schools, I was running for 100 meters and 200 and 4x4. Yeah.
Wow. 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x400.
Yeah.
Which of them was your favorite? You surely would have had, one particular one that you were very, interested in. 100 meters. Okay. Why?
Because I've got a pace, and anytime I'm with my colleagues, I got the pace. So anytime I'm with my colleagues, I find myself, moving faster than them.
Okay. I see. Did you at any point feel tempted to leave the football and go do athletics, because you were strong in it as well? You were powerful in there as well.
Not really. It was something that I really like, but not really thinking of going forward with athletics. And the kind of position that I love to play with their speed, it helps me a lot.
Okay.
So normally when I'm training, I don't really focus on so many things. I focus on the speed aspect.
I see.
Most of the time.
I
so
see.
Maybe I can wake up at dawn around maybe 4:35. I'm already at Labadi Beach to train, and before 6 people will be waking up. I'm already done. So you don't see me training. People don't really see me training. When it becomes to, let's go and play this football, maybe, then you see the performance.
2 goals on your debut for Accra Hearts of Oak. That must have been something else. I want to know what happened, between the stadium and home that day. Tell me, take us back.
Yeah, that day, I think when I scored the first goal, and the team manager Sabankwe told me that I've done the right thing, I should keep on, because we don't want to lose that game. And second half, I was able to score. After the game, they all came, and one man also called Mr. Nat. They all came and they said, Prince, you've done it, but this is just the beginning of your career. So you don't have to look back. You need to work harder and harder because the position wasn't for you. But I mean, something happened, and I mean, the coach have been brave to say, regardless about anything, he's going to use you. So you need to keep working hard and move forward. So I think that night I couldn't sleep. I mean, I was happy because when I go home, most of my friends, I mean, they couldn't believe it. I mean, we talk over it overnight. Yeah.
Okay, just your friends. You made some new friends as a result of that as well, because I mean, a big deal. I mean, scoring 2 goals on your debut for Hearts of Oak. I mean,
you know, sometimes normally when you are pursuing something, we have people who say you can make it. We have people who believe that you can do it, but it's a matter of time. So I was in Medina, the kind of area that I am. I mean, you always have to work. You have to push yourself. So when I scored that particular goal, I mean, some people know I'll be able to make it. Some people know it will take time. So that is how it went. Yeah.
Accra Hearts of Oak. You became the top scorer in your debut season for Accra Hearts of Oak.
Yes.
Okay, and this was in 2005 with 18 goals, right?
Yes, please.
18 goals. I see. Which game, I mean, go back to it and tell me which game you feel stretched you the most or was the most challenging for you.
I think our game with Kotoko.
Asante Kotoko. Okay.
I think we didn't have a good day. I think.
Was it at home or away?
No, at home.
Okay.
When we won I think the Confederation Cup.
Yeah.
It was 1-1 in Accra.
Yeah.
That game.
So you're talking about the first leg of the Confederation Cup final?
Yes,
is that it?
Yes. Because we went to Tagoe for a pre-season, and I believe all the matches we played, if we don't score you like 4, always I mean everybody was on top form. So when we were coming to Accra for the first day, we thought maybe everything would be easy. We'd have end the game in Accra. Yeah. But it ended up to be 1-1, and Kotoko even scored first before we equalized. So I think that game really stressed us because we were thinking when we get to Kumasi, what is going to happen? Because we had the chance here and we couldn't do it. But we believe, I mean, Jones was a very, very, I mean, good man. He really put us on a road that we don't have to think about those kind of negativity, but we can go there and beat them. So that was the energy we had.
Tell me what Cecil Jones Atukwefio told you and your teammates before the penalty shootout. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
With Jones, he has vision. He can see beyond. That is how I see him. Even if you're a good player and from the beginning you are not even getting the rhythm, he's going to push you till you get there. Like when I got there, he knew I can do it, but maybe I have some little fear in me. But he was able to take that fear in me by telling me that when you get the ball, make sure you score. If you can't score, don't worry, spoil it, and they will tag for you. You understand?
I see.
So when a coach is giving you this kind of confidence, you yourself, you will not get a chance to spoil it. You always want to put a smile on his face. So he just told us, even before the game, he told us that we should go out there and we should just compare ourselves one on one. Osekufo and some of the Kotoko players, like he compared each other, every position. That we are far better and they are also better, but because we won the cup, we should go all out. We should play more than 100%, and the result itself will come.
All right, interesting stuff there. That win against Kotoko was definitely a sweet one for you from the Hearts of Oak perspective.
Yeah, because I never knew Accra Hearts of Oak has huge fans. Because after we won the cup, from Kumasi to Accra, if you could ask any of the Hearts boys, we left Kumasi around 10 in the morning after breakfast and all that. We got to Accra about almost 12 a.m. Wherever we get to, people are on the road because the motor riders are in front of us. So every village they will get, and they hear the sound and they hear the noise with the cars, their horn, they all come on the street. So we were just moving slowly, slowly, slowly. So imagine when we get to Kaswa.
Yeah.
Kaswa to even Accra, it wasn't easy.
Wow. Wow.
It
That
was a very big, big, big memory.
wow. Interesting stuff there. And then, I mean, you continued to play for Hearts of Oak. Now, I'm sure, during that time, there were others who were also very interested. Was there any time where you felt, or people were approaching to say, look, I think you should go out to the other side, go to Kotoko, because this is a long-running thing that's been happening with generations before you. Did you?
Oh, for me, the only time, that thing occurred was like after my first season. If you could remember, the first time that I was being signed to us, the league was divided. We have A and B. Yeah, the Accra people have their own, and the Kumasi and yeah. So I was leading the goal in my team, the group that with the A I was leading, and I think the B, there is this guy in Heart of Lions who was also leading. So that is how it becomes. So I think with that, it makes it more, easy for you to know where you belong. So the second time that I was coming to sign for Accra Hearts of Oak, that was when it happens that getting approaches that these people want you, that people want you. But the love for Accra Hearts of Oak, I don't see myself playing any other team. So I didn't,
You didn't think about playing for any other club, I see. All right, so you were at Etihad on loan, you played at Al-Shabaab as well, scored about 16 goals for them. Tell me about the experience between Etihad, Al-Shabaab and Etifak. You were treated like, like a king, not even a prince.
Yeah, people really want to end their career in Asia.
In the Gulf, yes.
Because that is how we saw it when we were growing up. But the chance that I got, I told myself that I am going there to prove myself because I was young, to prove myself and rather come to Europe. So Etihad is a very good club and it's one of the biggest clubs in Saudi Arabia. I think my senior brother, Sule Muntari, also went to play the same team. And maybe people can verify. It's a very big team, and they are always in the first three. So I didn't see myself playing like a small club. So I pushed myself, and I went to Dubai also. Shabab is a middle team, but they are very good and they are young. So I had most playing time. That was when I was being invited to the national team. I had most playing time. So when I got to the national team, I was not really suffering because I was from Saudi Arabia. Because we have people who are playing in Europe that they don't have playing time. So when you give them a match or a very competitive match, it's going to be difficult for them to perform. Yeah. So because I was having the playing time and I was helping, my national team, I was okay. So finally, I was able to come back to Saudi Arabia again. That was Etihad. I did a very good season. I think the Champions League, Asia Champions League, I was the second top scorer. And Hoffenheim from Germany approached me, and I moved from Saudi Arabia to Germany.
Okay. Now, so you had a 3-year contract signed with, with TSG Hoffenheim, right? All right. Now, do you feel that you did what you wanted to do at Hoffenheim? Do you feel when you look back now?
No, not at all. Because when I got there, I signed and everything. I came back to Ghana to prepare. They gave me 2 weeks to come back to prepare and come for finally. I went and I have so many issues. I couldn't have playing.
It was even said that you had a heart problem, something like that. Yeah?
Which wasn't true because later on, the German Federation itself took his own doctor, and I went there for,
checks, medical checks, yeah.
And they said there is nothing, so they don't know why. So I think the manager at Ovian was being sacked, yeah, and they gave me my license to start playing. That was when I was able to join the team to the World Cup because the qualification I was playing without any problem. So I don't see myself having any problem when I got there. So I knew there was something wrong. Yeah.
All right. Now, after that, you went over to Partizan Belgrade. You played. You went on loan as well.
Yeah, I went to Partizan because the playing time that I won, I was not getting it. So my manager decided that okay, he's from Serbia, and I'm thinking
you're talking about Goran, right?
Yeah. And I think Partizan also wants me, so why not? I should just use that 6 months to get playing time. So I went there, and the clause was like, if I'm able to perform there, and they want me, that is Partizan wants me, it's going to be 500,000 euro net. I mean for transfer. So when I went there, I was able to be, the top scorer there. I won the league and the FA Cup for them. So my returning, Offiam changed their mind again, and they said they won 1 million. At that time too, we've qualified to the Champions League too. So I was hoping like they would seal the deal, and I'll just end up with Offiam and come back, but they didn't accept. So I have to stay there again.
Wow.
So I was there, and I had another offer to Turkey, and that deal also went through. But later on too, I wasn't getting playing time just because of misunderstanding between managers and agents. So sometimes we have to really look at that side. Those kind of things spoils most of our players, but people don't know. Because when there is a deal that you, the player, you have no idea about, and one party doesn't fulfill its promise, you, the player, you suffer. You will not get playing time because no coach will give you the playing time to make name, to be signed by different team, and you'll be progressing whilst your deal didn't go on right. So that is some of the challenges that I had
in Europe and in the Gulf as well. So you went to Partizan. After that, you went to Bursaspor, Itifak. You went there on loan. You played at Club African as well. You had a deal with Club African.
I went there, but I couldn't play in a game because the deal, what we agreed on, that needs to be done before I even started playing. They just did half of it, so I couldn't play there.
Okay, and then you signed a deal. The last of deals that we heard you sign was that of Chittagong Abahani in Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Tell me about that one.
I think these Asian teams or these Asian leagues, sometimes they have a one-man tournament that you can invite anybody that you think have an experience. Just to be part of the tournament to enlighten it. So it was just a one-man tournament that I was being signed on, and God being so good, we were second, and the man that is behind all this deal is Mr. Nuru. He is in London, and he is the president of Tower Helmet FC in London. So apparently he is the person that I am working with now with my scouting academy in Ghana.
And that's the Prince of Goals Academy.
Yes.
Well, we'll come to that in a bit. But during the period when you were playing for TSG Hoffenheim, you got the opportunity to play for the Black Stars. You got some playing time in the Black Stars team. You were a key part of the qualification process for the 2010 FIFA World Cup. Generally for you, how did it go? Generally on your own assessment, how did it go for you?
Yeah, like I said before, my journey in my career came like unaware. It's like something need to happen for me to come, because my first game in the national team for the call-up was with I think Libya in Kumasi. I think I was not part of the team. I was on holiday from Saudi Arabia, and I think Matiamwa was injured, so he was not part of the team. So I was being called to join the team on Wednesday because we'll be going to Kumasi, and the game was on Sunday. So I joined the team, and when we got to Kumasi, we played few friendly matches. I was able to score, and the coach decided to use me and Junior Agogo as two strikers. So I think it was just under a few minutes that I got a ball from Agogo and I scored my first goal. So it's like my career. Every time that something needs to happen before I will come.
Okay, so you have always So you are a man who comes in by default or by accident.
Yes.
That's it. And every other time you've taken advantage and then done wonderful things.
I remain.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Tell me about South Africa 2010. It's been 10 years. We saw some heartbreak. We saw some good moments as well. Walk us through that first World Cup experience.
I think like I always say to my friends that I see football like schooling. When you are schooling and maybe you get to the university, it's the topmost that every mother, every parent wants you to get. So if you're a footballer and you are able to get to the World Cup, or maybe you are even able to club level, you are even able to win a Champions League trophy, I feel maybe you got to the highest level. So going to the World Cup was a big thing to me because most players that are even better than me, even most Ghanaian players that are better than me, wish they could get that kind of opportunity and that profile into their name, but they couldn't get it. That doesn't mean they are bad. They are bad in the game. So for me personally, I really appreciate being in the World Cup, and it was a joy. And moreover, we went there to work. We did a very good job because it wasn't easy. Because when we got there, there was a whole lot of, few misunderstanding. But later on, we were able to solve it, and we focused to make Ghanaians happy. So I think playing for the World Cup, it's something that every player needs to experience. It's a very good thing. You were there, so you know it.
Tell me, about the criticism bit. Where you, for instance, you missed a few chances and you were trending for the wrong reasons and all of that. How did you handle, that bit of the experience?
Yeah, for me, I handled it very well because what I was being told from the bench and from the tactical play of the coach is different from what people are saying. Okay, people know Prince Tagoe is a goal scorer. Even no matter what, even if you give him 2 matches, he will score 1 or he will score 2. But this time around, he is not scoring. Yes, but the role that I was given at the World Cup, I was supposed to be on the right wing. Because of
were you comfortable on the right wing?
Yeah, but for so many times, I was not playing there. But there was difficult matches, if I could remember, even in Sudan. I was playing at the right wing.
Okay.
I was able to give Matiamwa a chance to score.
Okay.
So sometimes the coach used me when he feels that maybe they also have another winger that is very stubborn, or maybe he also has space to worry our right back or left back. So I was being told that whenever I lose the ball, I should come behind the center line to help the defender, so that whenever we are building to, I will still be there and maybe make sure I bring in the balls for the strikers to score. So I was doing a different job, not unlike maybe as a striker you have to be at the top and you do your own movement to score. So it was 2 different things. Because when I was striking, I think our brother Sama was not playing because he had a little injury. So it was me and Junior Agogo who were playing, and sometimes to Matiamwa. So it got to a time that when Jan came back, we need to change the plan of the game that we used to play. We need to play one top, and the one top has to be Asamoah Jan. So we all have to contribute to bring the ball inside for him. So you see the difference between the qualification and the World Cup. So the World Cup, I was not playing on my real position. Yeah.
When you look back, what are your thoughts? This year is the decade anniversary. When you look back at that experience, do you have any regrets regarding where we got to and what we could not do at the FIFA World Cup?
Yeah, but not really. The regret that I had, I wished I have told the truth that maybe you should let me be at the bench, so that maybe when Asamoah is tired, or maybe they need to change somebody to come on real position.
So if you were taken back to that, we had rolled back the time, you would have preferred to sit on the bench. Are you sure about that? Because for you players, I mean, wearing the jersey and featuring on the pitch is big for you.
Yeah.
So if we had rolled back the years, you would have sat on the bench.
Because I've seen what has happened.
Okay.
You know, I said I wish.
Okay.
Because I've already seen what has happened, but I've not seen when I'm at the bench.
Okay.
You understand? Because when I look at things, I mean, if I could be at the bench and come to play on my role, I could have also helped. Or maybe I will come in and maybe me and Asamoah will play two top, like we did in the National Under 23. We played together and it was a perfect combination. So that is the only regret. And moreover too, where we got to, we need to do more. But where we go to with the kind of aggressive, the passion that made we got there, we appreciate it because we really fought hard.
Who would you say is your best and most comfortable striking partner, in the national team? Based on the experience you've had so far, who combined the best? Who combined?
I think I've not played much, but I think I could say maybe Junior Agogo.
Junior Agogo. Yeah. What's the specific reason? What was it that made you two understand each other so well?
Yeah, because I think my first goal that I scored in the national team, he was the one who gave me the pass, and he told me that, Prince, because you have the pace and you are very quick, you should be in front of me and I'll be behind. So whenever the ball comes, I can be able to flick it on for you or even block the players and put it in space for you to run for it. So I think when we talk about the national team, I think it is him. But when we talk about maybe the junior, like the under 23, yeah, because the under 23, it was me and Asamoah, and we had a good time because there was a game that we played in South Africa. I think we won 3, and Asamoah gave me 2 passes to score all these 2 goals. And Obedansa also scored the last goal from a long range. So, we have a very good team. That was why I was saying that if maybe we have played 2 strikers in the World Cup, maybe it could have been different.
All right. I feel that you've done enough. When you look at what you've done, for the national teams, for instance, do you feel that you've done enough? Do you wish you could have done more?
I wouldn't say I've done enough, but life is a journey. So wherever you get at a point that there are a little bit difficulties that will prevent you to be in the national team, because national team is when you're on top of your form. So if you're in the club and you are not getting the playing time that you need, you are not even scoring. Ghanaians want to hear that you have been called and you are doing well outside and you are scoring. That make it easy. That make it easy for you to be in the team, and that makes you also to focus to know where you are heading towards in your next stage. So I think where I've gotten to, or whatever I did for the national team, to me, I think the shortest time that I passed through, because it's not, the country is not for me, it's for the whole Ghana, and we have mad talent that needs to help the country. So I've done my part. That's what I can say.
The Ghana in the Nations Cup, we've had so many other opportunities away from 1992 to get it right. Unfortunately, we couldn't. At a certain point, you also were part of it, and we just couldn't. Tell me about your experience.
Yeah, I think my experience, most of the time, when we go for any tournament, our aim is to bring the cup. But along the line, football is, win, draw, and lose. Certain things happen that sometimes we don't even understand. Because if I could remember, if we should go to the final and to have a spot kick, and the opponents are losing 2, and we are winning 2, and it's left with 1 more, to win the cup, I don't see why we should lose. It's impossible. I don't see why we should lose. But that is football for you. Because I made an example that if I were to be in the penalty spot kick, and I've made my mind to play for the last, so that I will take the glory or whatsoever. You understand?
Yeah.
The moment we have scored 2 and the people have lost 2, you don't allow the third person to play. You are expecting that kind of thing. It is right there in front of you, so it's a decision. You just have to let the person go back. You take the final one and we win the cup. But we continue with the routine. And it changed and we lost. And Ivory Coast won the cup. So I think there are some mistakes that we need to learn and correct it.
Okay. So if I get you correctly, you are talking about sacrifice.
Yes.
Sacrificing your luxury and your position and the glory for the greater good of the team.
Yes.
And you think that over the years, with your experience in the national team, you haven't seen that much sacrifice by some players?
I've seen it, but I was just making an example about the cup.
Okay.
The cup that, we lost. Because if I could remember, Dede was there.
Sure.
There are certain, I think, with the penalty, what I know, I was telling my friends that, and I'm sure Dede would have been the last person to play. You understand? So if we are winning 2. Ivory Coast have lost 2.
And Dede is the last person. He has to come forward.
Forget about the third person. Just come and take the ball. That cup was for us. But we lost it because we were thinking it's going to prolong. Well, you don't need to think that because this is the chance. They've lost 2. We've won 2. You understand? So left only 1-1. So whoever is the third person to play
should hold on.
He should hold on.
So that the stronger person comes forward and plays. Okay.
And just end the game.
I see.
So I think we are learning. Maybe it has not occurred to them, but me, from what I see and what I noticed when watching, I was telling my friends that no, this guy don't have to play. The best person who is in the team, who knows how to kick and has confidence, needs to just take the ball and finish the game for us.
Well, the Black Stars of now, you've been a part of it for some time, but the Black Stars of now, Coach Akonnor is now in charge. He wants to start something new with the team. The Nations Cup has been rescheduled. We're looking forward to making bigger impact and possibly end that drought. If we get the opportunity. Now, in the past week, we've had some good news of some players getting, transfers, during this window. When you put all of this together, where do you see our national team go from here under the leadership of Coach CK Akonnor?
Yeah, for me, when I heard CK is the coach, I was very happy because I know him personally from afar, but we've met 1 or 2. I've been into his house, we've talked about a few things, and I know the kind of man he is. And for him even to play his career in Germany, I know the kind of high discipline he is. Because Germany, if you are not disciplined, you can't play. You can't even stay for long. So I know the kind of impact he will bring to the team. When it comes to tactical discipline and how to position the boys. And I don't think he will be shy of any player there. Because he has been there, he knows it, and he got all the experience. So I think he's the best choice, and I just pray that
you've seen. You've played with Ayew, and you know the kind of player he is, and what he's capable of doing in terms of his leadership of the Black Stars team. What do you see him doing with the Black Stars? In this whole new mix as a captain.
Yeah, for me, I have no doubt, and I wouldn't be surprised if Andre is able to win a cup for Ghana.
Again?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because it's an unction that he has.
Tell me about it.
It's an unction that he has. He has it from his father, The reason why I'm saying that all the Black Star players, the senior ones, I don't know, but this particular under 20. This particular under 20.
You mean the under 20 team of 2009, the Ghana under 20 team?
No, not even like previous, just the national team under 20.
Under 20, okay.
Most of time we have good players, but we don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Not even Africa. sometimes. So for him to, the captain, to take Ghana to the Africa, to the world, to win the cup, I believe he has something that it is not done with him yet. So I wouldn't be surprised if with the Blaster maybe he wins the cup. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, let's see how all of that goes. Yeah. Are you able to name for me who your all-time best in Ghana is?
My all-time best
Yes.
player?
Yes.
Oh. Honestly, I would say Abed Pele because we all grew up to see.
Okay.
He's making the waves.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we're all using black and white TV, he was doing the waves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't lie to that. But maybe as we are growing,
somebody may emerge. Yeah. But still, it's Abedi Pele.
Yeah. But
any day.
Stephen Appiah came up. Yeah. So apart from Abedi Pele.